Hey guys, today we are back doing one of my favourite videos, which is the Temu hauls. Today we've got 12 items, all tech or tech related, and I think we've got something for everybody. There are some genuine, I'm hoping there's some genuinely good items today. With that, let's get on with it. With item number 1. We'll do this one first because the box is absolute pants. It is another torch. This is a T&Cs USB charge flashlight. I don't know why I bought this. I bought that big powerful one and I sold it and I kind of miss it. So I thought, you know what, let's buy another torch. But this one is not nowhere near the quality of that other one. Okay, you get the tiniest instructions in the world. It's micro USB, so not a great start. Well, it's incredibly cheap feeling. You know, it is totally plastic. Why it needs 4? I really don't like it when I shine lights on the wall behind me. Ooh. Weird. But you've got 4 LEDs. I don't know if you can turn dimmer, strobe. I'll do it. If I do it, I still do. Focus, you bitch. Focus on me. And then you've got like a white light style strip bar, LED bar. Yeah, I mean, I will get a little bit of B-roll tonight at the garden, but that is not something I'm gonna keep or use. That's really cheap, and it's ridiculously big. Why does it have to be that big? It's not that powerful. It's not that bright. Why does it need to be? No, that's not a great start. Okay, so now the torch, which I was going to do in the garden, but I have already had a shower. It is very hot here still, and I'm not dressed appropriately to go walking around my garden. Hence why the camera is facing the wall and I'm not behind the camera. No, I am behind the camera, I'm not behind the lens. But yeah, just to give you an indication, it's okay, but it's not great. You know, that's the side light, which, you know, that's not bad. I think possibly for camping this one might be okay, depending on battery life, which I might actually leave that on and see how long it lasts, because it is fully charged. If that lasts a good few hours like that, then that's not too bad for camping. That will give you a decent amount of light, and then if you need to go for a walk or you want to go to the toilet or whatever, you've then got a torch. We will go with this little guy. This comes in a bag. Again, instructions. Does it come on a cable? No cable? Is it not chargeable? Maybe it's not chargeable. Of course, no, it's not chargeable. I know what it is now. Right, you get a little carry. That goes through there. Carry lanyard, handle, whatever. Goes through there. So what is it? It's another torch. But this one's a bit different because it's USB-C. It literally plugs in, plugs into your phone. Now I'm guessing, I haven't actually obviously tested this yet, but in fact let's put it the other way. And then put the torch on. Oh yeah, okay. It is considerably brighter than the torch on the phone. So that actually may be useful. That may be pretty good. Again, it's small. You just keep it in your pocket. You can keep it in your in your van, the car, whatever, in your glove box, door pocket. And if you need a torch that's a bit brighter than your phone torch, that's not too bad. We'll have a look at that in the dark later, but yeah, kind of like that one. So far we've got 1 win, 1 loss. This is the little, I don't know if it'll focus on that, will it? Where is it? There it is. It's the little USB-C torch that plugs directly into your phone or any USB-C socket. Come on, focus. And as you can see, it's not too bad. And it's literally just plug it in and away you go. There's no settings, there's nothing. It's just plug it in and it powers up. Again, for camping or something, it's just a little torch you can put in your pocket and it's powered by a USB-C device. So there's no battery, there's no weight to it. It plugs in quite snug, quite tight. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, I like that. Again, I'm saying for camping, but you can put it in your car, your van, whatever, in your pocket, on your keyring. You've always got a little torch that you can just plug into your phone if it's USB-C. Obviously, if it's not, then you can't, but it should be. We're in 2025, people. Another win. Another keyring. Another USB-C device. What could this be? I don't know whether you can see that. It's basically a USB-C cigarette lighter. Take it out and plug it back in again. It seems to come on when you first plug it in. And there you can see. Cigarette lighter. Again, if you're a smoker, you don't want to take a lighter, you just want to keep that on your keyring. Or, I shouldn't say this, but somewhere where you shouldn't actually have a lighter, you could have a sneaky puff, sneaky cigarette. That's pretty good, although it does get very hot, obviously, so we won't put that back in the bag at the moment. But yeah, that's not too bad. We'll have a look at... Okay, this one isn't really tech, but it's tech related. And I thought it would come in handy for when I'm editing, because I forget what a lot of the shortcut keys are. So this is just, it sticks onto your laptop or your keyboard. No, I bought this for the laptop. And you've got all your shortcut keys, like, select all, copy, paste, cut, that sort of thing, screenshots, looks, switch user, task manager, cycle open windows, I did know that one, create virtual desktop, restore web page, switch recent apps, refresh, choose active window, task manager, start menu. Yeah, so I think that would be quite good, but we don't, obviously it's not tech related, but I'm just going to use that. Next, we'll have a look at this. Now this, a DIY ambient table lamp, should have been in that lamp comparison video that I did, but it didn't turn up in time. And I couldn't be bothered waiting anymore. So, we'll have a look at that in this video instead. Okay, USB-C, quite an actual decent instruction booklet there. It's usually like just a piece of paper, that's actually alright. And then you've got foam padding. Okay, that's a bit weird. Only foam padding around one side of it, not all of it, but okay. And then we have got the lamp itself. So what is that a remote control? No, it's not. It also comes with a USB, a wireless charging pad. Didn't know that. So what is this? It is this is a DIY table lamp. So basically, you've got open and lock on the top. You open it, and then you can basically move these around how you want them. So you can have it completely random. you know, staggered, however you want it. Then when you're happy with it, you lock it back in place and then it won't move. Yeah, that's pretty good. It is USB-C, it's not battery powered. And again, I'll get some B-roll this in the dark, but let's see what actually happens when we plug it in. Absolutely bugger all. Power. Ah, there we go. So obviously it comes on in white. That's actually quite nice. It transitions very, very smoothly. I don't know how many different settings you've got. Is that just, that's fixed? Oh, pastel colours, that's quite nice. Purples. Red, orange, yellow, green, so that again just transitions. And I think that's, yes, you've got RGB up, RGB down. That's the RGB up, then RGB down, and then how do you get it back on white? Turn it off and back on again. So if you hold the power, does it dim? It does. I need to use it. Get the fuck out of it. There's a wireless charger as well. You plug that in, and it goes off. So you can also, I can't test my phone because it's not wireless charge compatible. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Okay, so this DIY kind of style lamp, I do really like it. I do think it looks pretty good, especially with the RGB mode, like the chasing. I think it's a very smooth animation. It gives off a nice glow. It's not too bright, it's not too vivid, but it looks good. It's just the one thing that lets it down, and I have had a look at the instructions, I can't see any way of saving it, is when you turn it off and back on again, it goes back to default white. It doesn't remember the settings you've got it on. If it did, this would be, well, this would be a 10 out of 10, because I actually genuinely think for the money, that looks really good. Maybe I'm on my own here, I don't know, but yeah, I think that is a nice light. I could watch that for quite a while. I find it quite relaxing. So yeah, I think that is a win. Get rid of that. Next, we'll have a look at a new gaming mouse. Well, I say gaming mouse, it's gaming style, but this was about £12 to £14 mark. I can't remember exactly, but prices will be up as usual. The reason why I bought this is for the laptop, because I did buy this little mouse for about £2.49, and I'm not going to review it or anything. Keep having to pause the video or stop videoing because my hay fever at the moment is horrendous. So I keep having sneezing fits and I keep having to stop and then I start walking. Anyway, forgot where I was, so we'll do this again. I bought that mouse to use with the laptop because I don't like trackpads, and this was £2.49. I'm not going to review it, but I'm going to tell you now it's crap. It's so crap, I'm embarrassed it doesn't want to come out of the box. It looks decent. You know, you've got your scroll wheel, which actually works fine. Your buttons, if you click the end, it doesn't always register. So you've actually got to click a bit further back to get it to register. But the main problem I have with this is it has got adjustable DPI. And I adjust it so it doesn't move too fast on the screen. And then every few 5 to 10 seconds it will reset and go back to its highest DPI and it starts shooting across the screen. It also loses connection, so you'll be going across the screen, it will stop, then it will start again, then it will stop, then it will start again. It's absolutely horrendous. I've tried it with my computer as well, it does the same on both, so it's definitely the mouse. So I thought that's no good, that's going in the bin. So I then decided to buy this one, an A9 Explorer, and it actually comes in a nice box. The mouse itself is printed on the box. It looks better quality straight away. Let's see what we get inside. Hopefully this one will be a good one and it will work. Okay, you get another printed box. Oh yeah, okay. A9 Explorer, yeah, that is the actual mouse, so they've not just stuck it in some random box. Well, this is a much better indication of quality, in my opinion. Instructions, we don't use them. USB-C charging, it is wireless, and it has got silent clicks, so it depends on whether you like them or not, but they're virtually silent, which is weird because, yeah, I've seen some people put that they only these were silent, everything else clicks, which seems a bit weird. You'd think they'd all be silent or not, but anyway, the actual feel of it, really nice. We'll get some B-roll with that later. You've got Bluetooth, or it comes with a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. Yeah, I like that. That seems decent quality. Underneath is quite nice. The writing on it is quite nice. I believe it lights up as well. We'll get a look at that later. We'll get the old laptop out. That's impressed me. Okay, guys. So I've been using this gaming mouse, wireless gaming mouse now for a while. I used it a little bit last night. I've used it again today while I'm just messing around with the laptop, and I've got to say it's actually really nice. I like the feel of it, I like the size of it, the weight of it is good, the build quality seems very good. It did take a little bit of getting used to with the clicky buttons being very silent, but I actually really like it now. It feels pretty premium, I've got to admit. I am genuinely surprised by this mouse. Infic, I don't know, the Infic A9 Explorer. If you're looking for a reasonably cheap but good quality wireless gaming mouse, highly recommend this one. Really, really good. The only thing that might put some people off, if you're into a ton of RGB, see if we can get it to focus, there we go. Yeah, if you're into a ton of RGB, this does not come with a ton of RGB. You've got literally a little strip of RGB light in there. As you can just see, it's changing colour now. You've also got 3 white lights there, so I'm not sure if some people may find that a little bit strange. You know, it should either be RGB or one colour, but for me, when you've got your hand on it, you don't see the RGB at all. So yeah, for me it's not a deal breaker. The actual feel of the mouse, the responsiveness, the DPI selection, the quality of the wheel, everything feels premium. So highly recommend that mouse. Next we'll have a look at some LED light bars. Now I do like some light bars and some RGB. I saw these are really cheap, so I'm not expecting much, but they could be okay. I'll tidy this before my wife gets there. Okay, so you get the light, wow. Yeah, very plasticky. Again, these are cheap, I'll put the price up, so you can't expect much for the money. And they both plug in. Okay, so both of them are on the one cable, which is annoying. Right, there we go. Plug them in, and they come on. And you get these stands, so you can have oh, that feels quality. So you can have them vertical or horizontal, which you now can't see. So vertical or horizontal. And you also get remote control. And instructions, which we don't do. Okay, so off, obviously, on. So they come on this like strobe effect, so they do flash. Well, that's what they want. They do Now that's strobe, I don't, maybe. Fade. And then smooth. Obviously you can change the colour: red, green, blue, yellow, which is always greeny. We'll get a look at these in the dark because obviously they're not going to be that great at the moment. But they don't look terrible. It's pretty well diffused in there. Again, you can't see the individual lights. I don't know how many are in there, but you can't see them. So yeah, we'll get a look at them later. Not bad for the money. Okay, so with these ones, the plug-in LED light bars, I've got one facing the wall so you can kind of see how much light it gives off. That is maximum brightness. Yeah, so the one on the left, it's not a shadow, it is the actual other light bar. So I've got one facing the wall just to show, you know, the kind of glow that it gives off, which is not that bright, to be fair. Certain colours are better than others. I think green's quite good. The white is just not very white and it's not very bright. That is, as I say, maximum volume. They look okay. They are very cheap. I don't think these are bad, but I also don't think they're as good as they could be. They're just not bright enough. The transitions are fine. The diffused lighting is fine. You can't see individual LEDs in there, but I just don't think it's quite bright enough for what I would consider good light bars. Having said that, for the price, if you just want a bit of subtle colour, you know, they do give off a decent. The green is quite nice, the blue is very dull, the red is quite dull, but green, you know, yellow, that colour is quite nice. I would say that what's that, like a teal, and then the purple, again not very bright. But yeah, out of all the colours, I'd say the green is the brightest, the most vibrant. They're okay, but just lower your expectations a bit. If you want something that's really bright, these are not for you. If you want something that's just subtle, gives off a subtle glow, then yeah, these are actually, they're okay for that. Next, we will have a look at a laser distance meter from Temu, which I have not got high expectations for this. I mean, a laser meter, or laser tape measure basically, from Temu. Doesn't sound like it's a good combination, does it really? But we'll see. Okay, you get a little carrying pouch, and you get a little carrying handle. You get instructions, nothing else. Does it not come with a charge cable? Is this not rechargeable? Give it a that. Okay, so first of all, let's do the screen film. And that was a bit, yeah. Right, don't stick to me. It's a battery compartment, so I'm guessing this takes batteries. Yes, it does. It takes 2 AAAs, which I am now prepared. I have AA's and I have AAA's. Two of those in there. There we go. Right, so we've got the little laser. How big's my kitchen? It really ain't big. Okay, stop, clear. Not sure what happened there. Maybe you should just press it and hold it. Ah, right, okay, so this will actually do movable distance, not sure why, shush. Anyway, it reckons my kitchen is 4.3 metres, which, you know, it could be. It is a small British house. They're not the biggest. The dog's chasing his tail. Yeah, we'll get some. I've got a tape measure. We will get that checked out later and see how accurate it is. If it's reasonably accurate, I wouldn't use it for minute, where you've got to be 100% accurate. I think dog wants to go out. Jay, can you let the dog out, mate, please? If you can get there. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like 100% accurate. But if it's reasonably close for doing things like, you know, if you're doing some yard work, or you need to know how long your path's going to be, things like that, it could be okay. But we'll see. Next, now this is, I think it says car mood lighting, USB. Literally all you get in there is this. And, well, that feels rattly and, yeah, it's not great. How do I just change the colour? Wow, again, what is it with these little tiny... Plug the USB Angel Eye Night Light into the car USB interface or other devices with USB socket. I've been said the Angel Eye Night Light will light up immediately, proving soft light without installing any drivers. So you can't change the colour. Because there's no switch on it, there's nothing. Okay, so this is the little mood lighting or accent lighting for your, you know, it's designed for the car or whatever. I did look back at the listing and it does only come in one colour. You can choose white, you can choose blue, you can choose red. I looked at a different listing that had one that was actually, it changed colour. I obviously then bought one from a site that it didn't change colour, and I didn't look. Sometimes I buy things without looking. This was one of those cases. So it's just white, and it is not very bright. I've got that plugged into my phone via an adapter, and yeah, it's now, yeah, it's a little bit brighter. It's now plugged into an actual USB socket. But it's not bright. So that one is a little bit disappointing. Next, this is a USB to SATA IDE hard drive converter. So you should be able to plug this into a USB port on your laptop computer, plug in whatever hard drive you've got, and be able to access it and read it and use it. Because I've got so many old hard drives, I thought I could use the storage. Box is a bit battered. Okay, so in the box you get a Milex power. That's called Molex, and I ain't seen one of them for a bloody long time. I'm sure that is. You get instructions and you get nothing else. Now it does say on the advert, right at the bottom, and I didn't realise this until after I bought it, I checked. It does not come with the power. So, it's a bit of a con. If you've got a 2.5 inch drive or an SSD, I believe this will power it, just from the USB. But if you've got the old 3.5 inch mechanical drives, which I've got a bundle of, you need to get a DC or power import. So I'm not sure whether you can use this, IDE 4-pin power, and then you've got DC 12 volt power. So I'm going to have to try and find my multi-adapter and see if I can get this to work, because most of the hard drives I want to use with this bloody thing are the old 3.5 inch. Because I say, I've got loads of them, I don't get rid of them. I keep my data. I don't, you know, even if you wipe them and wipe them and wipe them, if I've got banking details or anything on there, or personal photos, all that sort of thing, I don't get rid of them. Anyway, you've got your USB at the back, and it will also, that's got USB-C as well, so this possibly will work with a phone, a tablet. That's interesting. But yeah, again, we'll get the laptop out later because we've got the mouse to test. And then we'll test this at the same time, see if we can get that to work. I'll see if I can find my multi-adapter and get it to actually power the 3.5 inch drive. I've not been able to find my multi-voltage adapter plug to power it. It needs a DC 12 volt, and I just can't find any of my power chargers, power leads that are 12 volt and will fit that, which is a pain. I've ordered one from Amazon. It won't be here tomorrow, but it says you only need to extra power if you're using a 3.5 inch mechanical drive, which I've got a ton of them. I used to upgrade PCs and computers, and also laptops, which is where I've got these from. These little 2.5 inch drives. I've got an SSD and I've got a 2.5 inch mechanical drive, SATA. Now I want to see if it will do this. I'm pretty certain it will do the SSD. So I still got the case where it came with the laptop. Let's just plug it in and see what happens. He says, okay, it has got a power switch on the back. Turn it on. New device found. So immediately, this is really confusing for me because it's kind of cack-handed. Right, let's do it that way. There we go. So immediately, as it's plugged in, it's found that. So I want to know if it will actually power this on. Because if it will, I've got quite a few of these as well. So, ready to turn it on, and we'll see what happens. I can feel vibration. It's found it. So yeah, it can power a 2.5 inch mechanical drive. Let's see if it will do this SATA drive. I don't think it will. Right, plugged in. Powering on. We've got lights. We heard a beep. No, I'm feeling no vibration there whatsoever. You'd expect to hear it and feel it spin up, but it's not. And it hasn't come up. So yeah, I think you definitely need additional power for the 3.5 inch. We're down to our last two items. Yes, we are. Now this one, I thought was cool. Now we don't really need humidifiers or diffusers in the UK. We have the problem if it's too humid here. We actually have a dehumidifier in there. Well, we've got two, and we've got an air conditioning unit upstairs because it gets unbearably humid and sticky. So we don't need this. But I saw it and I thought, I don't need it, I just want it. Now I went for the train. Okay, so it is powered. It's not battery or rechargeable. You get a little remote control. Instructions. Yeah. And you get the train itself. And you get one little piece of foam. I suppose to stop it moving around. I need to, yeah. That's actually, it's decent quality. I mean, yeah, it's plastic, but it's the, oh. Okay, so that's how that comes off. So it looks like you've got your LEDs in there. You've got a fan, and I don't know what that is. Max fill level. Okay, so your power goes in the bottom, underneath. That's not too bad, is it? We'll have to see what it's like. Jake, yeah? Can you get me some water, please, mate? I forgot to get some water. Okay, so this is the diffuser on the initial startup mode, and it's meant to blow smoke rings. It's not fantastic. You can change the colours. I'll leave it on that because the camera's struggling to focus on this. And then, if you hit it again, it just goes to constant. Yeah, I actually think it's quite effective. I do like it. Yeah, this may be something that's suitable for you if you live in a dry climate. It's not something that we really need in the UK. but I just thought it looked pretty cool, and yeah, I actually really like it. I actually like the blue. So yeah, I think that's a win. And then last, which is something I've been wanting to get for a while, but the price has not been right. The price still isn't right, but I've got it anyway. And it's one of these, again the stickers, man, the fucking stickers. It's one of these LED displays. Why do I need it? I don't. I don't need any of this shit. Okay. Pixel display. Again, a nice instruction manual, not just a piece of paper. USB-C cable, that looks like a long cable as well. Now that's interesting. Should there have been, I'm hoping there's not something missing, because you've got cable there, nothing there, but it looks like there should have been possibly something there. And then you've got the device itself. Ready for the screen peel. That's actually quite good, apart from it's dirty. Yeah, as I say, I didn't need this. I don't know who does need this, but they're pretty cool. One idea I've had with it is possibly to have it behind me with my sub counter, because I'm, you know, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Or I might just have it like doing whatever he wants to do in the background. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. So it's wall mountable. So you've got two screw holes at the top there, so you can screw into the wall. Two screws, have them out a little bit, and then hang it on the wall. Or you've got, what is that for? No, it won't be for that, would it? Okay, you've got a hole there. So you can stand it up. You've got like this little, comes in the back here, this little stick, and then you can just put it in there, and then it will stand up. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. We'll have a look in the dark again, because obviously it's showing up quite well now. But I think in the dark it will show up a lot better. Okay, so this one I've not played around with the app yet. I'm hoping I could kind of try and design my logo and maybe the sub count underneath it, and then have it on display. I don't know yet, it's just an idea I'm toying with, but I just wanted to show you how bright it is, and you know, in the dark it does actually look really good. I mean, obviously it's not going to be detailed pictures, they're big pixels, but it still looks pretty good. You can see what each thing is trying to be. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Did I need it? No. Do I need a lot of this stuff? No. But do I like playing with techie gadgets? Yeah. I wanted one of these for a while, and I just thought, oh, you know what? Get it. You only live once, don't you? So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've certainly enjoyed making it. We will be doing another one of these videos probably in 2 to 3 weeks. I've got an AliExpress haul on its way, and I've got another 12-15 items of Temu here ready to do another video, but I can't obviously keep doing these because I'm going to run out of money because these haul videos do cost a lot more to do because you're buying a lot more items. But yeah, we will be doing that 2 to 3 weeks, another one of these videos, but I think the next one will be AliExpress. And probably we'll be doing another video on the laptop to actually show some dedicated gaming. Because I know a few people that I've worked with on that, they've asked me what it is like for games. So yeah, I will do an actual gaming video on the laptop. But with that, thank you very much for watching if you made it till the end. Thank you very much if you've given this video a like, if you like it. If you've commented, thank you. And if you've subscribed to see more content like this in the future, double thank you. Double thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support. So with that, I'm going to get out of here. And got a busy day today. I managed to rip the bumper off my van yesterday. So it's now held on with cable ties, so I've got to go out there and try and figure out how I'm going to get that just sort of stay on a bit more securely permanently. Drilling holes in my van, that's going to be fun, because I'm about to go through something I shouldn't. Yeah, life of a delivery driver isn't always plain sailing. Anyway, I hope to see you again very soon in the next one, but for now, I am out of here. Bye folks.